Mism show. You think it ain't when it is? Uh, you think it won't win it? Yeah. All right, let's go, y'all. And we're here.
Since it appears you're calling
So,
back into a live show, we are reconnecting
so
you
all they
now.
care about is the results. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand what we're talking about when we say all they care about is the results? You know, it's hard to deal with somebody who doesn't understand the process of the way that things work. Some people just want everything they see. You've probably dealt with those people. I've definitely dealt with those people. Some people just see something, they like it, they speak on it, they comment on it, they see it, they want it, they try to go get it, and then they get discouraged when they find out that it's not just a simple thing of just going out and getting whatever you want. And even if you are able to go out and get what you want, it doesn't mean that you're going to take home whatever you bought when you were in the store. So there's a process to get the things that you want. Sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes you can't front. Sometimes you got to be a little patient than you are. And you got to learn that lesson if you want to go far. And we're stars, just like up in the sky or the distance that it takes to be that fly. And everything is going to be all right. Tonight is Wednesday, hump day, and I'm shining bright. Word. So that's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show. All they care about is the results. We know men who love pretty women. You know, they love all these chicks that they see out here with the big booties and the big boobies, but they don't really realize what it takes in order for them to see what they're seeing. They don't always understand what goes into all of that. And some people, and a lot of men don't understand that what they saw in the streets is not necessarily what they're going to see at the house. At the crib is a whole different thing. It's a whole different vibe when you see it live, but you didn't really care. When you stare at somebody, you just want to really take it there. And it doesn't mean that you can't get what you want. It just means that you might have to chill before you stunt. Word. Increase your understanding. Yo, this is a gift that I'm handing you right in the palm of your grip, and you understand that you're going to have to do something with it. So that's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show. All they care about is the results. So we're going to really get into this thing tonight. So hold on to your hats because it's going to go there right now, y'all. And I hope y'all feeling good tonight. Wednesday night, hump day. Do y'all realize that tonight is almost the end of the month? Here it is, the 16th of the month. Next Wednesday will be Thanksgiving Eve. So a lot of people will be off for the whole, for the rest of the week after today, next week. And the holidays have officially began. Not everybody's prepared for that. Next week on Friday will be Black Friday. Whole lot of money getting spent. It's going down. And this time all the way until the 1st of 2023 will be going like this. People trying to get their money up, get their presents together and all of that kind of stuff. It's all a money game from here on out. But this is basically the end of the year. It's going down. Are you ready? Are you ready? But tonight, we are talking about all they care about is the results. Do you know anybody, or are you the type of person that only cares about the results of things? You don't want to hear all those details. You ain't trying to hear nothing about those processes. It's hard dealing with somebody who only cares about the results, especially when they are the person that is financing the whole mission, but they don't seem to understand what it takes in order to get what they want. Some people are very generous. Some people are very interested in certain things that are going on out here. They see somebody doing well. They see somebody out there trying to help themselves. They see somebody out there trying to help other people, and they want to help too. You probably seen the situation where maybe somebody saw that you were out there inventing some things that are going to help your people or help people in general, or you were trying to educate people, maybe the youth, get them together. And maybe they said, you know what, man, I like the work that this person is doing. I see them doing some good stuff. I want to get involved in this. I want to help them to help themselves. So they give you a bunch of money. They throw a bunch of money at the project. The thing is, that person may not understand what it takes in order to get that project off. They see you working and they see that in their mind you're almost there. But they don't know you. Or let's not use you in the first person sense. What if you are married or linked up with somebody who likes to finance projects, who likes to give money away, who likes to, put their imprint and their footprint on certain projects and invest money into certain people and get involved? When you're dealing with somebody like that, it can be a nice thing. Like, yo, this person isn't just a selfish person. They're not just a person who cares about themselves or their families or just their neighborhood, or they're not just concerned with making money for their own situation. They actually want to see the world do better. They want to see some moving and shaking out here. They want to make a difference. When you're dealing with a person like that, it's going to be attractive. But see, what that person that you're dealing with may not understand, as they're always writing out checks, always helping somebody out, always being there for the next person, always being reliable, always able to be called upon, always being Johnny on the spot. So you're watching them give away all of your family money, and you see that they're giving their money away to people who really don't know what they're doing. They look like they know what they're doing, but they don't. So here you are watching your bank account, you watching your man or your woman write out check after check after check. Every month, they've obligated themselves, threw themselves into this project with these people that they don't know, and they're investing all of this money, and you can't even really call it investing because they're just giving the money away. They haven't asked for any return, but they are checking up on the people to see how things are going. And guess what? No, it's not going anywhere. The same place where they were when they wrote the first check is the same place they are right now. And that might have been a dozen checks ago. You talk to your man or you talk to your woman about this, like, listen, I don't think those people that you are helping out, I don't really think they know what they're doing. I don't think that you should keep writing out checks for them. I don't think you should still keep financing their mission. I don't think that they're all the way on the level. Either that, or I don't think that they are ready to get up off of the ground. I think they need to get somebody on their team who really, really knows what they're doing. And your man or your woman gets upset with you. Well, they may not be where they want to be, but still, they helping, the kids are getting this, or seniors are getting that, or handicapped people are getting that, it's still a good cause. It makes me feel good about about being involved. And you're thinking like, See, you're the one who's concerned about the results. Your man and your woman, they don't seem, they were consumed with the results of what they saw initially. But what they don't seem to understand is what goes into what they keep throwing this money at. So, like I said, you see your bank account decreasing more and more and more because they're giving to this company, they're giving to this group, they're giving to this organization, they're giving to this cause because they saw something that they liked. All they saw were the results. They didn't realize that those results are going to be the only results that they ever see, because they didn't seem to understand that those people had already reached their peak when they saw them. That's it. Now they just taking money. Here, now you watching a different result. You're watching a different result. You might be looking like the bad guy because you are encouraging your man or your woman, your husband or your wife to stop giving away money because you clearly see that it's not giving you any return. So you're looking at a different result. You know, you're looking like the bad guy because it looks like you're not concerned about the fact that your man or your woman, your husband or your wife doesn't. Well, you're ignoring the fact, it seems like, that they get something out of being able to say that they helped. You're looking for a different result. They're looking for a different result. All they care about is the results. All they care about is the results. You got men out here in the world that love beautiful women. They love them to death. They see the boom and the bow and the boom. They see that. Well, should I say the boom and the bow and the boom? Yeah, the boom. This is the boom. This is the bow. Bow! Yeah. They see all of that. They see these women out here looking all good, skin looking all clear, hair looking all nice. They smelling all good. You know what I mean? Bad bitches. They out here. They looking like that, ain't they? Yeah. Now, how they say a fool and his money will soon part, won't they? Well, let's not go into the negative so much. Not yet. So let's say, all right, you like these bad chicks out here. You like them. You know, and you got a couple of dollars. You work or you have your own business, whatever. It's still work. You know, you go out here, you work for your money. You got a good salary going on. You making good money. You can afford to have yourself a bad chick. You can afford that. So you go out here and you pay for that. You meet you a chick and you give it a once over. Like, yeah, this is the one. Barbie doll with a body. Barbie doll with black Barbie with a body. You might not realize that once you get this chick back to the crib and you start seeing what went into her looking like what you saw initially and what she made herself to be every time y'all got together, you see like, oh, you might still want her to be exactly what you saw on the streets. You might not understand that what you get at the crib is a little bit different, a lot different than what you get on the streets. At the crib, she ain't made up all the time. At the crib, her hair ain't done all the time. At the crib, you can see the scars from the cosmetic surgery that she has gotten. You see where they added in some more titty. You see where they added on some more ass. You see where they did something to the stomach to make it look flatter. You see that she wears the girdles, or should I say, with the waist trainers and all of that kind of stuff. You see the extras that go into all of that beauty that she had. She was thick, bad joint, bad chick, thick. You don't even realize, like, all of that stuff, you know, all of that glitter, all of that gold wasn't glittering like that. Or should I say, all that glitter wasn't golden like that. Wasn't like that. So, you know, and it's a little harder when you have based the relationship that you wanted on physical looks. So at home, while she's cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids, reproducing, and all of that, you expect her to be in heels and all this. That's what attracted her to you in the first place. Or should I say, attracted you to her in the first place? The heels, the nails, the hair, the makeup, the boom and the bow and the boom. It ain't like that at the crib. At the crib, you got to deal with the truth. You was only concerned with the results. You paid for the results. You didn't pay for all this process. You know what I mean? This chick she might remind you of a female Mr. Potato Head. You get home, you realize like almost nothing on this woman is real. Now I ain't talking about y'all natural beauties out there. I ain't talking about y'all. You know I ain't talking about y'all. And y'all are well aware who I am talking about. Y'all are well aware of who I am talking about. You know, there's a high segment of the population out there that goes into this, that adheres to this problem. And it is a problem. It can really be a problem. It can really be a problem, baby. It can be a problem, baby. So all you care about is the results. So now you and your wife, you and your woman, y'all ain't getting along so well. You know, you might feel some kind of way about your wife, like you put on all of this stuff looking all good for people who ain't doing nothing for you. So out there in the streets, you got on the heels, you got on the makeup, you got on the clothes, you got on all the stuff that I'm paying for. But when I'm at home, I get a bonnet, I get a nightgown, I get bunny slippers, the furry bunny slippers. You know, sometimes I might get the Timberland boots, and you know, I get the dress down version. You know, I get the dress down, you know, work Friday version. Meanwhile, everybody out there in the world that ain't giving you no money or doesn't care about you, they getting the premium version of you. They getting the part of you that I paid for in the beginning. Why are they getting for free what I have to pay for? You at home beefing about that. It happens. It happens, baby. So you know, this can be a real issue. It can be a real issue. All they care about is the results. We're gonna get into some more examples. Of course, y'all know how we do. We're about to get into some more examples because I got a lot to say about this topic. You know, this is one of those things that can. It's one of those things that you don't always think about until you realize how much you don't think about it. Because it doesn't diminish the importance of it. But these kind of things can keep a disagreement going and going and going. And you might not even know why. Hold on, man. Okay. Yeah. Oh, by the way, let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. And this your daily. The Daily Go Getimism Show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we are talking about all they care about is the results. All they care about is the results. The general population out here is that way, I believe. I think that people only care about what they see. They want to see the finished product. They don't care about the process that has to happen in order for them to get where they are. We do that with people who are rich and wealthy all the time. You know, anything that a rich person says or does, people listen to what rich people have to say. They listen, they be listening up close. You know, you rich and you got a bunch of money, people be like, uh-huh. And what else? And then what happened? You can tell lies, you can tell the truth. It doesn't matter. If you got money, people are going to tune in, they're going to listen, they're going to care. They're going to tune in, they're going to listen, they're going to care. Donald Trump, example number 1. Kanye West, example number 2. Kyrie Irving, even though I agree, example number 3. Any other celebrity who is wealthy, they are listening. Now just being a celebrity doesn't do it. Because there are plenty of celebrities out here who have had a voice and who have tried to be conscious and who have tried to make a difference out here. And nobody wasn't listening to them. You know why? Because that money wasn't straight. They wasn't claiming to be millionaires and out here getting all this money. As a matter of fact, if you ain't in the million stratosphere, now we looking at you close. We looking at you sideways like, oh, okay. I don't know about this person. You know I ain't lying. Look how closely we look at somebody like Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, Dr. Umar, we know that he says some off-the-wall crazy stuff, but we also know that he is a real psychologist. He is a real doctor. He does have his doctorate. He did put in the work. He's not just calling himself Dr. Umar Johnson on some old honorary degree type of shit. But we do know, well, let me put it this way. We scrutinize what he says very closely. Very closely. And honestly, I think that one of the reasons that we scrutinize him very closely is because we don't trust him. And one of the reasons that we don't trust him is valid on one front, because he talks a lot of crazy stuff. But if this man had millions and millions of dollars, I think that we would stop. We would stop questioning him as much. But because I don't know if he's a millionaire yet. I don't know if he claims to be. We know he makes money. But see, he might only be worth he might only be worth a couple of million, if that at all. So we looking at him like, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this guy. If he had $10 million, $50 million, upwards of $100 million, we would be probably hanging on every word he says. Donald Trump talked just as crazy as Umar, and not in a helpful way. Umar always tries to talk constructively to the Black community. He does. No matter what you say about him, he's never telling the Black community to hate each other, to leave each other, to stop messing with each other, to not support each other. He never says that. If anything, he always preaches a message of unity. Now, sure, he goes up against his other colleagues and brothers and all of that kind of stuff. And sometimes he gets a little messy in that regard. But he never tells Black people not to support Black people, not to listen to Black people, not to do what Black people say, or not to show any interest in Black people. Ever, 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 ever. And I think if he had $100 million, I think Black people would listen to that more. Because we don't have any $100 million having Black people who normally do that. Think about it. Think about it. What Black person that you know has $100 million that we know of who preaches Black unity exclusively, who never says no, Black unity. That's all I'm concerned about. That's all I care about. That's all we doing. Who do you know who does that? I can't think of one person, not one person. Even when Muhammad Ali was Muhammad Ali, He didn't have no $100 million. He wasn't even rich. So think about it. Because Dr. Umar, and we can look up Dr. Umar's net worth. We can look it up. Let's see. Oh, crap. What did they do with the Google search? What did they do with the all right. What is Dr. Umar Johnson's net worth? Uh-huh. Well. It says, being an author and a psychologist in a school, Umar Johnson makes around $100,000 annually. However, it is estimated, it is an estimated figure, as Umar keeps his, come on. His estimated worth is around $500,000. See, ain't nobody listening to no $500,000 man. I'm sorry. You're not going to get the masses to listen to nobody who only has $500,000. You know I'm telling the truth. Donald Trump would have never became president of the United States if he wasn't a billionaire at one time. Ain't nobody trying to hear him if he was just a regular guy. He was on TV way before, even before The Apprentice and all of that kind of stuff. He was a very visible, rich figure, a wealthy man. Going all the way back to the 80s, 90s. We knew him from having a bunch of money. And so when it was his time to shine, people are going to listen because they see the money. They don't know. They didn't seem to know that Donald Trump is a hustler. He's a shyster. He's a con man. They don't know what it takes to make all of that money, to keep all of that money, to turn over that money generationally. They don't know that. We don't know that. All we see is, look, millions and millions of dollars. $1 billion. We don't know how busy you have to be, how active you have to be in order to make that type of money. Even just $1 million. People be thinking like they're going to get a 9-to-5 job that pays them $1 million. There are none. Not 9 to 5. Maybe 9 to 9. Maybe 9 to 2 in the morning. 9 a.m. to 2 in the morning. Yeah, maybe that. But people who make a lot of money, especially in show business, if you looked at their schedule for one day, you would be like, oh my God. They never get a chance to relax. Carol Chamberlain, thank you so much for that super sticker. Woo! Carol Chamberlain. Carol Chamberlain. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, if you saw even the average actor, singer, whatever, if they have millions of dollars, if you saw their schedule, you would see like, wow, when they're not doing shows, they have to go to all these appointments. They have these businesses going on. They have this, that, blah, blah, blah. They never get a chance to rest. So when you see them on camera seeming like they around the way chilling, playing a block and all of that kind of stuff, you're like, no, it ain't like that. When Beanie Siegel, the rapper from Philly, used to call himself the Broad Street Bully, I used to be wondering, how does he find ways to be getting shot at and shooting at people? Honestly, how do you find time to be able to be around the way acting like a knucklehead? Like, these cats be writing rhymes about still being in the streets and, being on the block and being around the way and being in the hood and still, chilling with their homies and all of that. And I'm like, I know it sounds good on the radio, on a record, on the radio, and looks good in a video, but If any of you have ever shot a music video and you realize how long it takes to do just that, when you see how long it takes to shoot 1 4-minute music video all day long, it takes all day long just to shoot a music video. And these cats talking about they still on the block, they still around the way, they still the same OG, they still, no, they are not. But the public don't see that. All we see is the results. They got on their jewelry, you're getting their shine on, they got the bad bitch, they got these cars, they living up in these cribs, they doing it. All we see is the results, and all we care about is the results. So we're dreaming about their results. We have no dreams. We can't close our eyes and think about the process that it took in order for them to get where they are. Meanwhile, we do know that we bust our ass at work day in and day out, day in and day out. Oh my God. 8 hours, 12 hours, doing a double, trying to make extra money, trying to make ends meet, trying to get our heads above water, trying to get to a comfortable place, trying to get to the American dream, trying to get to that bag, trying to make it worth it, trying to set an example for our kids, trying to make sure that our babies have something better than we have, trying to make sure that they don't have to work as hard as we had to work in order to get what we provided for them. We do that. Yet we see somebody else and we think, wow, yeah, they got it like that. They got it like that because there's a process that they follow. So I think that we should get more familiar with being impressed by the process of things than just the results. But we are a result-oriented culture right now. All we see is the results. All we're taught to see is the results. This is how it goes. Yeah, this is what we working with nowadays. Nowadays, this is how we're conditioned to look at the world. So all I care about is the results. I want me a bad bitch. I might not realize what it takes in order for her to be that. I want me a good man, a woman might say. But she might not be ready to deal with what comes along with a good man. She might not be ready, you know? Shoot. We are a picture and video oriented culture right now. Pictures and videos, videos and pictures, pictures and videos and pictures. And right now is rightfully so, because you're looking at a video right now. And even just this little video on this little level, the small bottom tier that I'm on, it takes time. It takes time. This is what y'all would see. This is what y'all would see if I didn't have proper lighting and equipment. Let me show y'all. Let me give y'all a little. Uh-oh, I almost lost my light. Trying to prove a point. This is how it would be. This is how it would be if I didn't put certain things in place. All right, maybe not that bad. I would have to use my regular house lights. All right, there you go. Here I am, regular house lights. Bright enough for you? Huh? Is that good enough? What do you think? What do you think? Look at that. It's a little different, ain't it? It's a little different, ain't it? Yeah. That's how it would look. So, because I understand that, And I refuse to deal with low quality equipment, starting with the lighting, the microphone. The camera that I use has a microphone on it. I ain't using that. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. This is better. I wanted to make sure that I'm coming through loud and clear. It was important for me to be heard and to be seen properly. But it could have been different. I watch other people's stuff. I watch other people blogs, and you know, they broadcast and all that kind of stuff. And I'm saying, I got equipment. When y'all, you see, like you got speakers. You know what I'm saying? Like I got. This is not low quality stuff. It takes time for me. You know, it took time and money. I invested in stuff to make sure that what y'all see is a quality product. That's whether you listen or watch or not. That's whether you like it or not. There's a process. Of course, when the show comes on, all y'all see is this background. This costs money. You know, I didn't draw this. It costs money. All this stuff costs money. It's a process. Even the topics that I come up with every day. That's a God thing. It comes to me out of the sky. Yeah, I don't have anybody writing for me, or you know what I'm saying. You know, there's a process. That's my whole point. It's not about me. Carol Chamberlain talking about something because you got mad money. Shoot, I bought this. I bought most of this stuff when I was broke. I swear. I bought most of this stuff when I was broke. I was like, listen, I got to have this stuff. You know what I mean? Anybody who knows me will tell you, you know, like birthdays, you know, holidays, whatever. You want to buy me a gift? I need a new mic. Well, I saw these really great lights. I need some speakers. You know what I mean? You know, but we are conditioned to just care about the results of the things that we see. We're conditioned to think about the results. That's it. But think about your own process. Think about the things that you have to do in order to make whatever you want to happen. Think about the time and the effort and the meetings that you had to attend and the people that you had to convince and the appointments that you had to schedule and you know there was just a whole lot of red tape that went into how successful or if you were successful, and people don't see that, and sometimes we don't have any respect for that, but it can make us be wrong about certain things, and it can also have us spending money that we could have saved. It can take away a whole lot of time and energy, and all we had to do was pay a little bit closer attention to what was going on with us. But you can't know what you can't know what you haven't been taught, what you haven't been shown. You can't know that. I can't expect y'all to know what's going on with anything that you haven't been given clarity on. Some things we might not notice, but I'm talking about some of the things that we have noticed, and we just concentrating on the results. So don't, you know, we can be out here praising people for being rich and wealthy all we want. We need to be taking a look at their process. You know, how many of y'all work at jobs where you might be satisfied with the pay that you get, but many of us are on jobs where we don't even understand what it takes for us to get our own check. You know, like we don't even understand what it takes to get our own check. I thought about this a long time ago. I'm not working at no job where I don't even understand how the job works. My mom, she used to sew for a living. And you know, in Philly, up and down Allegheny Avenue back in the day, there were warehouses all up and down Allegheny Avenue. People, my old heads from Philly know what I'm talking about. There used to be so many factories, particularly clothing mills, all up and down Allegheny Avenue. So going all the way to Fishtown, clothing mills. My mom worked in a couple of those clothing mills. She had friends who worked in those clothing mills. And do you know? All right, so they were doing piecework. See, there was a time in the United States where if you wanted a quality wool sweater, all you had to do was go on the Ave. It was made in the USA. Clothes made in the USA used to be the shit. We don't even remember that because everything is outsourced to China. But back in the day, when I was growing up, all the fly clothes were made in the United States, not France, not Europe, in the US. It's a fact. The major labels were made in the US. Polo used to be made in the US. Guess, made in the US. But if you wanted a nice, you know, those fly sweaters that Bill Cosby used to wear on the Cosby Show, made in the US. You can't even get good sweaters like that no more. I don't know if y'all noticed, but anyway, my mom noticed that a lot of her co-workers that worked in some of those clothing mills, all they did, their job might have been to put on the button or the zipper. And you know they didn't know how to do nothing else except for that. Nothing else. It was called piecework because it was like an assembly line. So one person would put on a zipper, another person would put on the buttons, another person would put on the sleeves, another person, you know, that type of thing. So a lot of people who she met and knew didn't know how to make a finished product. They didn't know how to make a sweater. They didn't know how to make a pair of pants. They didn't even know how to hem a pair of slacks. They knew how to put on a button. And they only knew how to put on the button from the machine that they were using. They didn't know nothing else. How far do you think a person is going to go in life who doesn't learn anything else about their job other than that? I'm not trying to diss. But come on, man. Come on. You work in a place that makes clothes, but you don't know how to make clothes? Well, yeah, they didn't. They didn't know how to make no clothes. So yeah. All they care about is the results. So you work at a job and all you care about is your check. You can best believe all you're going to get is your check. That's all you're going to get. That same old check. That check ain't going to be no different. Carol says, yes, I had aunts that worked in factories. Mm-hmm. What's going on, Mia? What's going on, Norris? What's going on, Ansel Jones? What's going on, T. Carey, right? What's going on, Stacy White? Thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate you. Appreciate you coming on through. It's always great for me to see you. But yeah, so we're talking about all they care about is the results. Man, my allergies are acting a fool tonight. Excuse me. Please don't start any rumors that I'm out here sniffing coke. I mean, because I stopped sniffing coke years and years ago. So don't be out here spreading rumors that I'm sniffing no coke. And by all means, do not tell people that I'm using heroin. Because I do not use heroin anymore, or fentanyl, or none of that stuff. I got a clean body. except for when I get high sometimes. But I don't get high off of none of that, none of that real hard stuff. Let me stop playing around, because there's certain people out here in the world that take me a little too seriously and literally. So, just for the record, I don't drink or get high or use drugs of any kind. So I'm kind of boring. So if you want to know my process of staying positive, there ain't none. It's luck. It's all luck, baby. Still we rise. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All they care about is the results. Only caring about the results will have you making the same money or putting out a bunch of money. Trying to get something that you haven't learned anything about. The way that you push along a process is to learn the process. That's how you can learn and grow and prosper and, expand. That's how that day go. It's a daily go get a missing show. It ain't where you start, is where you finish. But all they care about is the results. All they care about is the results. Well. We watch people who have been married for years, married for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And we so quick to praise them. Oh my God, man, that is beautiful. That's black love right there. That's how I want to be. Somebody you can grow old with and all of that. There we go. Not understanding the process. There we go. Not understanding the process. All we see is the results, and that's all we care about. We think that people who have been together for years and years and years, they just love each other, have accepted each other, and weathered the storm. They don't understand what that storm might have been. One thing is for sure. We know that people are together. We never know how come they're together. Only the people involved know why they're together. And I'll tell you, it ain't just actors and singers and stage performers who put on a show when they go out. Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Remember on the show Sanford and Son? Remember how Fred and Lamont would have company over and they would disagree about something, and they would tell their company, listen, me and my son, we have to, we need to talk about something in the back room. And they would go into the kitchen and close the door, and you would hear all this yelling and screaming, like, "What, man, what's wrong with you? You hear all this yelling and screaming and all this kind of stuff. And then they would come out of the room like, yes, I think we're going to blah, 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 blah. That's what a lot of these marriages are like. When they out there in the world, they showing a married couple, happily married couple a lot of times. You know what I mean? They seem to be accepting and tolerant of each other and good to go with each other. But in the background, you might hear a whole lot of yelling and screaming and complaining and crying and threatening and I ain't doing this no more, and I don't know why I ever got with you, and I ain't staying here, and blah, 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 and I should have chose this one and that one, and blah, blah. You just don't know. All we see is the results. One thing that we really love to see is a person who reached 100 years old. We'd be like, oh my God, she 100 years old. He's 100 years old. They 100 and something years old. You know what a person probably has gone through and seen who reached 100 years old? Some of us can't take the horrors of what they see in their daily living, and they ain't but in their 30s and 40s. Can you imagine what somebody who was 105 has seen? All that segregation, the hate, the the limit of opportunities, the changing of the guard, the difference in what the generations look like, and all of that. Going from an agricultural society for the most part, blue collar, to seeing all of this technology and seeing things go from having handles and buttons and knobs to swiping, no buttons, no knobs, no handles. Somebody who's 100 years old, do you think that they ever thought that they would see a car that you don't have to steer in order to drive? Now people running around here with these Teslas. Now, I don't know anybody who owns a Tesla who puts it on auto drive, but you can do it. Just like in the movie iRobot, you can do it. They went from, if you're 100 years old, born in 1922, you went from a time where a car couldn't even go 100 miles per hour. Cars didn't go that fast back then. 1922, a lot of people wasn't even driving cars. A lot of people were still on horses. Real shit. Relying on railroads. Imagine a black person over 100 years old. Do you know what they have seen? But all we care about is, wow, you're 100 years old. It's so beautiful. All we care about is the results. We got to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 16th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging. Make them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Donella Gamillion. Happy birthday to you. And also Classy Lee. Happy birthday to you. And Takia Stokes. Happy birthday. And Jeanette D. Allen. Happy birthday. And Chanel Cash, turning 34 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Mazalita Fana Guzman. Happy birthday to you. And Glenda Florence turning 49 years old today. And Daryl Springs turning 62 years old today. And Siobhan Long turning 57 years old today. And go-getter Allison Cunningham, happy birthday to you. And Leon, the DJ Leon Lynch, turning 49 years old today. And Prince Bishop, happy birthday to you. And my girl Leah Clouden, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, going all the way back to the 1989, my man Carl Jones. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious November 16th. I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man. First of all, I want to thank y'all for coming through the show. That's first and foremost. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. It's not unusual or even wrong for us to look at the results, but sometimes when you only look at the ending, like if you look at the ending of the movie, you'll never understand what happened in the movie to bring up across the ending. So you're kind of cheating yourself out of seeing an enriching experience. Not only that, but you are cheating the creators of that project a chance for you to see everything that they put into it, the effort that they put into it. And you may have dreams and aspirations of making something great for yourself one day. Do you want people to only be concerned with your finished product? Or are you going to charge them for the whole process? If you're only going to charge them for the finished product, then more power to you. But guess what? Guess what happens when you buy an expensive item like a car? They charge you like crazy for all of those parts. And one of the reasons that they charge you so much for all of the parts is because that's how they make their money. You make your money with the process. The quicker you can make the process go, the more money you can save. The longer the process, the more you have to charge, because time is money. And you should probably remember that in your own life, your own personal life. You know? That's whether we're talking about money, love, family, friends, jobs, whatever the case may be. We got to make it happen out here. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Get 'Em Business show. So y'all hold tight and do the damn thing. Be safe. Be safe. One love, baby. One love, baby. All right, so Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. Word. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace, y'all.